Hey guys, it's Andrew Keene from KeenOnTheMarket.com. This is your unusual option activity recap from the morning of 3/6 or 3/5, 3/6/2013. A recap of what's going on today. I see a nice pop today in LCC, United Airlines. Jim Cramer came out with a piece yesterday and talked about LCC. Stock is popping. I noticed a huge call spread the other day. I noticed 20,000 of the LCC. March 14, 15 bull call spreads being bought for 19 cents. I jumped on board. I bought LCC. April 14 calls for 61 cents. I'm offering half my position out at 120 for huge profits in LCC. Seen more unusual option activity yesterday. MAKO. We saw a put seller. MAC. I saw a call buyer the other day. I did take some profits today at STX. XTX getting a nice pop today. The other day, paper bought a big call spread, 7,500, April 35, 39 call spreads. I bought the April 35 calls outright in STX. That stock's getting a pop today. I took a third of my STX April 35 calls off today for a 40% profit. So unusual option activity has continued to work to my favor. I continue to play them. The biggest trades I've seen today are the most unusual trades. If I had to pick out, 4 to 6 trades, GOL, paper came in this morning, bought some July 7.5 calls for 50 cents. Currently, as I look in Interactive Brokers through the spread book, they are still 50 bid. So GOL, as I look here, you can always look at the open interest here. This is not my bid. I do not have a position on in the stock. Paper bought, it says 2,500. 2,500 GOL, July 7.5 calls. July 7.5 calls in GOL for 50 cents. Paper bought the July 7.5 calls for 50 cents. So in GOL, paper bought 2,500 of the July 7.5 calls. The airline stocks have been on fire lately. I did not take a trade in these. As we see right here, they are still 50 bit. The market at the screen was 40.55. Paper came in and bought 2,500 of these for 50 cents. And paper refers to an order by a hedge fund, mutual fund, retail bank, or big trader. Another one I just saw. I think it's an FNP. So we saw these being bought. April 19 calls, an FNP. I do not have a position. I'm not currently bidding them. FNP, April 19 calls were bought for 90 cents, a 5,000 lot. It looks like, I can go to open interest and I can see what paper is doing. It looks like in the past, paper bought these March 17 calls, and these are in the money right now. So I think these will work. The chart looks great in FNP. I don't like to buy too many out of the money calls because we all know as out of the money calls go, as the stock goes higher, the volatility goes lower. But FNP looks like call buyers on the April 19 line. Let's just scan our scanner. Is that redundant? Let's go through our scanner and see if there's any unusual option activity besides those two. JDS Uniphase saw a put buyer today. I'm not taking a trade in this, but we saw a put buyer in JDS Uniphase. JDSU, March 14 puts were bought for 35 cents. Other than that, I haven't really seen any unusual option activity that has perked my interest. We saw a roll in NDAQ. We saw a roll in NDAQ. Paper rolled the NDAQ. It looks like an NDAQ paper sold the March 31 calls that they were long, and they bought June 36 calls. So they sold the March 31 calls and bought the June 36 calls. I just see an order in LCC, United Airlines. I continue to be long United Airlines calls. It looks like paper just bought. It looks like a risk reversal. They bought calls and sold puts. So it looks like about 3,100 of these. LCC is ripping here. So paper bought 31.56. LCC, September 15 calls, sold Sept 13 puts, and paid 30 cents for this. So LCC, like I said, in LCC, where we're seeing a rip here, I'm offering half my calls out at 120. And if I don't get filled at 120, then I don't get filled. I'm offering half of my LCC calls out at 120. Someone said LCC is ripping to the upside. I see an order here where paper is buying calls, selling puts. So more bullish activity in LCC. More bullish activity in LCC. I am still long the April 14 calls. I'm offering half of my position out at 120. I paid 61 cents for these. I'm offering half out at 120. I need the stock to move roughly, I would say, about 10 more cents, maybe 8 more cents to the upside, and I will get filled on half of my position. I'm still holding an LCC. I will take off half by the end of the day, but I really want to get 120 out of, half my position. I do want to get 120 out of half of my position. And then I'll sprinkle them higher, maybe a 140, 160, and then $2. So LCC, I remain in the April 14 calls. I'm offering half of my position out at 120. I paid 61 cents for these. This is my second biggest position next to Las Vegas Sands. So hopefully I can get a pop up to 1475. If I get a pop up to 1475, most likely I'll get filled on half my position and LCC to the long side. LCC to the long side. So if you guys have any questions for me, this is a good time to ask questions. I'm offering LUV calls, and I'm also offering LCC. Now, Las Vegas Sands is still up 94 cents. It is up about 94 cents today. Las Vegas Sands, I continue in this straddle in Las Vegas Sands. So Las Vegas Sands, LVS, I'm still in this straddle. Today it is up money. I did lose a little bit of money yesterday in Las Vegas Sands. Volatility was down, and I was long, so that didn't work out. Sticks working out well today. MAC coming back a little bit, now unchanged on the day. LCC ripping to the upside here. I see calls being bought, puts being sold. Dunkin' Donuts, I had March 37.5 calls on the other day. I do not have a position on. I had these about 2 weeks ago, sorry. March 37.5. Dunkin', DNKN. I was long these for a while. I do not have a position on right now in DNKN. So we're going to take a little audio break, guys. I'm leaving my LCC calls off at 120. We're going to take a little audio break. This wraps up the morning session. I will be back at 11 o'clock. Good day again today. This will be my 12th out of 14 winning trading day today, especially because of LCC, LVS, and I thought there's one more. Sticks a little bit of profits, not that much. All right, thanks, guys, and we'll run it back at 11 o'clock. LCC, I'm offering the calls at 120. I'm offering LCC calls at 120.